Hello, everyone. It's Grammy Antonia, and I'm wearing my new shirt that says Kamala. And I found out who it came from. His name is Ming, Meng, from Los Angeles, California. And I won't say your last name, Ming, because I don't know if you'd want that or not. But I just wanted to say I love this t shirt. And for those of you that haven't seen it, I'm going to turn around and show you the back. That's my cat, Sophie, with Donald Trump's scalp in her mouth. I love it. Today, I just couldn't wait to wear it to town, to our little town. And I'm a blue dot in a red area, so I I just enjoyed wearing it to the dollar store today. When I went into town today, I thought I'd go find a new spot to make my video. And we have a place, Stecoa Gap. And it's way up on the mountain between Robbinsville and a little community called Stecoa. But anyway, they're doing some road construction, making a 3-lane highway through there instead of 2 lanes. And as I was going up the mountain, there was quite a bit of construction, which I expected. But I thought at the very top, and that's where the Appalachian Trail goes across the road, and there's a few picnic tables there, and you can see down into the valley of Stecoa. And I thought that would be a beautiful shot to take. Well, when I got to the top, they had all the construction trucks and crew up there. So needless to say, it wasn't a good place for me to make my video. And they had stopped us several times going up the mountain, and I had to just go on back down the other side and then turn around and come right back through it. So I had a little bit of a disappointment there, but I'm out here in my favorite spot today. A few things I want to mention today. First of all, I want to say thank you to Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney. Who would have ever thought that Dick Cheney would support a Democrat? And of course, Liz too. But they understand how important this is to our country and that we cannot have Donald Trump in the White House and as our president. He will totally make this country into something we don't recognize. We will lose our democracy. So for Dick Cheney, Vice President of George Bush, and Liz Cheney, his daughter, who was a senator, for them to come out and endorse Kamala and Tim for president and vice president. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So I'd like to say thank you. On a speech that Kamala made recently, she was talking about the strength of a leader. And one of their strengths, if you're a leader, is to lift people up, not to bring them down. And that's what I believe too, that a leader is supposed to lift their people up, not bring their people down. So we've all had enough of being put down. A couple of days ago, I made a video and I mentioned that I didn't believe in divorce, even though I've been divorced twice. And to some people, that may be kind of confusing. But for those of you that follow my channel and have watched my videos, I was raised Catholic, and marriage is a sacrament in the Catholic Church. And when I said I didn't believe in divorce, I mean that. But the but here is that I believe in marriage also. And if two people don't love and respect each other and treat each other as equal human beings, then to me that's not a marriage. If, and being I'm a woman, if the man feels like he has to control everything and try to control the woman too, then to me that's not a marriage. So, yes, I've been divorced, but yes, I do believe in marriage, in a good, decent marriage. Did anybody see where Donald Trump was at the Economics Club of New York? The question was put to him about what his policy would be for child care if he was to be president. Well, he just rambled on and on. I listened carefully, but you couldn't make heads nor tails out of what he really was saying. He mentioned that Ivanka, his daughter, and Rubio, that worked in Washington, that they had, when he was president, had talked very much about child care and different things that needed to be done about child care, but he didn't really mention what. And there wasn't anything that ever happened for child care. So anyway, as he rambled on and on, he finally said, well, it's going to be amazing. He does that with a lot of things when he's asked questions. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. It'll be the best. But we don't know what that is. And then to end his answering of the question about his policy for child care, then he just said, well, we're going to make America great again. He just totally didn't answer the question. And I'm sure there's a lot of you that have watched him when he's being questioned. If he doesn't like the question, then he tells whoever asks the question that, oh, what a nasty question. It's because he don't know how to answer it. So he gets mad. He says the question's nasty, or the reporter that's asking the question is nasty, because he don't know how to answer. And if he does answer, try to give an answer, he doesn't answer the question. He just rambles on and says, oh, it's going to be amazing, and we're going to make America great again, but doesn't tell us how he's going to do that. We should all be tired of that. As American people of this country, and having a democracy like we do, we're supposed to be able to ask questions, and we're supposed to be able to decide what we want for this country as a people, together, all of us. Then JD Vance, Shady Vance, he was being interviewed, and somebody asked him about child care. And what he said was, well, maybe Mama and Papa ought to pitch in and help, or Auntie and Uncle ought to pitch in and help. I'd like to tell Shady Vance that a lot of Mamas and Papas are still working too. And maybe they can't keep the grandkids because they have to work too. Auntie and Uncle the same way. So we're talking about child care. Somewhere where you can take the children while the family is working, so that they'll be cared for the right way. And he was talking about how child care, people that work in child care facilities have to have all this training. And he thought that was just unnecessary expense. I would want to leave my children in a child care facility where people had to have training in order to care for a lot of different children from a lot of different backgrounds, a lot of different races and creeds, whatever, males and female children. And in a small rural area, if what child care we have here, you're going to have families in the daycare. Some of the children maybe don't get along with their parents, don't get along with the other child's parents. I mean, a child care worker needs to know how to handle things like that, to teach children to get along with each other, especially if they're not learning it at home. And they've got to learn how to take care of children, what to feed them, how much nap time they need. It's not as simple as JD Vance seems to think. Like, we can just, or young people can just drop their kids off with their mothers and fathers. And I don't know about everybody else, but I see a lot of young people that are not getting married these days. And even if they are getting married, they don't stay married very long at all. And they have these babies, and they're running around leaving. In fact, the young woman and the young man are probably still living with, if they split up from whoever they're with, or they've been living with one of them's parents. But if they split up, the young man goes back to his mom and daddy, and she stays with her mom and daddy, and everybody's trying to raise these kids that don't have mothers and fathers out there working on a job and being a good husband or a good wife and making a family for those children. The main family for children are the mother and the father. But I see that happening a lot here, and I see a lot of grandmothers, especially, the women, having to pick up their grandchildren at school, or take them to school, or make sure they get to functions, or take them to go shop for school clothes, or their mother and father should be doing that. I don't know all the answers. I'm just saying it is very frustrating sometimes to watch and then hear everybody complain about, oh, they're having to take care of the grandbabies. Well, maybe if you would make your children grow up, get out here, get a place of their own, take care of their children, and you can be a grandmother. You can be a grandmother that just loves to see them and spend time with them and keep them from time to time, but not be raising them. This is a different world. We're not living in the pioneer days. That's just how I feel about it. I'd like to see some of these young people grow up and learn to take responsibility. And I think the last thing I want to leave y'all with today is a little quote. I don't know where I got it, but I had it wrote down in some of my stuff. And this is what it says. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. And since we're going to be voting for a woman for president this year, and I feel very confident that she will be our president, then she is going where there's no path, but she's going to leave a trail. So anyway, I love you all, and thank you again, Ming, for this t-shirt. I love it. Everybody have a very good afternoon, and be talking to you tomorrow. Bye, Grammy.